far as those having those vast backgrounds, right? You see some of those that Governor Palin has endorsed recently that have been elected in Congress or in the Senate, like a Deb Fischer, who was a rancher,
Sure.
Ted Yoho, a veterinarian, Paul Gosar, a dentist. I mean, you're coming from all different walks of life, different ways to look at things, and then, like the founder said, then get out of there and go back to that life.
Right. And I know Deb well. I supported her early, and she's done a great job. So we just need more of that. But we need that to be the 75% of the people that are there. They need to not be career politicians. Besides, it's not a great job. I mean, there's a lot of notoriety with it, but you can earn a whole lot more money doing other things, working as hard as you work, if, in fact, you're doing the job you should be doing. So what we need is people who, this country has blessed so many people. Even today, so many people have been blessed by the freedom and opportunity that this country has offered. They need to set down their work tools, run for office, and come pay it back. And pay it back by making tough decisions, doing what's in the best long-term interest of the country, and not apologizing for it.
Well, Senator Coburn, we appreciate all your efforts and all that you're doing, and we hope people will listen to you and listen to the smart people of Oklahoma who've, had it right over all these years, even when the Obama elections have been going on. Oklahoma has stayed true to our Constitution and to our American values, and, of course, directing people to Convention of States so they can check it out and get on board. How's your health?
Good. Doing well.
Awesome. That's great to hear.
Doing well. ConventionofStates.com.
We will send everybody there. And Senator Coburn, we like a guy like you. You're retired and you're working harder than ever, and you're doing it for the America that you love, and we appreciate that. Dr. Coburn, thanks for spending some time with us, sir.
God bless you.
For more on Convention of States, something Senator Coburn is working so hard for, head to ConventionofStates.com. This past week, Governor Palin posted an awesome trailer online for Building Our Future, Restoring America Together. The video features numerous elected officials and others who speak of the importance and power of Governor Palin. Among those in the video, many who have been guests right here on the Palin Update, including Senators Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, Joni Ernst, Ben Sasse, Deb Fischer, Orrin Hatch, and Pat Roberts, Congressman Ted Yoho, former Speaker Newt Gingrich, Governor Pete Ricketts, and our friends Katrina Pearson and Rob Manus. Palin wrote, "Dear friends, you are the success of Sarah-PAC. Thanks to your support, Sarah-PAC has grown to become one of the strongest forces within conservative politics. Together, we are working hard to support and elect conservative leaders who will fight for what's right in America. You were pivotal in the efforts to reclaim majorities in the U.S. House and Senate. In a new documentary called Building America's Future, to be released later this summer, many of the leaders you have helped elect take time to reflect and speak directly to you, Sarah-PAC supporters. Their testimonies will inspire you to keep the faith and never give up on our country. They thank you for influencing national debate and the outcome of crucial elections." Palin adds, "As we look to 2016, your continued support is critical to expanding our majority and electing a conservative president. Just today, Sarah-PAC donated to 44 strong, courageous conservative candidates, including the 34 U.S. House members who had to stand against their own leadership to do the will of the people and fight Obama trade. With your support, these are the type of bold leaders we will elect in 2016. It's an honor to be working with you. Thank you. And God bless you and America." And this past week, Governor Palin posted a great picture of a family reunion from last Independence Day. Then she offered some words for this July 4th, saying, "Happy 4th of July. This day epitomizes what is unique and beautiful about the greatest nation on earth, our own America. Countries are normally based on geography or ethnicity, but ours is based on ideas that bind us together and were declared in writing on this day in 1776. On that day, we were united. It is time for that unity again, so that we may stand again. To explain to the next generation what those essential, exceptional ideas are, ask a child to look closely at a handful of loose change and read what's written on our coins. E pluribus unum, in God we trust. Liberty. These are the notions our nation was built on, and they are still true and necessary today. Divided from these precepts, our nation will fall. This 4th of July, we celebrate our founders, making their desire for liberty plain by declaring their independence from Britain's king and his burdensome government. May that same unifying desire and courage to fight for God-given sweet freedom be our driving force today. God bless you all, and God bless our United States of America. To see any of the governor's posts in their entirety, visit Sarah Palin's Facebook page, follow her on Twitter at Sarah Palin USA, and head to sarahpalinchannel.com.
Now, the Palin Update with Kevin Scholla presents Liberty and Legacy. Here's Tamara Colbert.
Come with me if you want to live. Okay, I'll admit it. My family and I went to see the new Terminator movie over the Independence holiday weekend. We just needed a little bit of entertainment and something else to think about and have a moment of fun. And of course, seeing an iconic movie classic series is always fun. Okay, I'm a slight Arnold Schwarzenegger fan too. Terrible governor, great action hero. But walking out of the theater, I couldn't help but identify somewhat with the character in the movie, Sarah Connor, the leader of the resistance. I didn't intend to become a radical revolutionary type of woman, and Lord knows my husband probably didn't want that either. But just like so many of you listening, we have become the resistance. I am Sarah Connor. When someone else tries to choose your future, you must become the resistance. Today, the federal government is projecting your future, the future they want on you through bogus and mind-numbing and ridiculous policies. They are trying to tell you what to do. And when that happens, you have two choices: to give up and join the machines or fight for what you believe in. Well, you and I are fighting for the same thing. We're fighting the progressive machine that wants nothing but drones, mindless, unquestioning drones who will never second-guess authority, but merely fight for the cause without conscious thought. Ferguson, Baltimore, the Confederate flag, stupid Supreme Court rulings that are telling us 2 + 2 = 5. Well, doggone it, 2 + 2 = 4. These are merely distractions meant to divide and conquer the masses. The federal government is saying, hey, follow me, drone. You'll get an Obama phone and food stamps, endless unemployment benefits, free birth control. But you must do as I say, not as I do. You and I get it. We understand because we know the truth. We also know the past. We know our history, and we see that because of our history, our future can be better. We deserve better. True freedom only comes when individuals get to create their futures and fulfill their God-given destinies. Progressives know this, and it drives them nuts. Resistance, by definition, is the refusal to accept or comply with something. Resistance is the attempt to prevent something by action or argument. Resistance is the ability to not be affected by something, especially adversely. Well, in this movie, there's a line, old but not obsolete. This weekend, America celebrated its 239th birthday. 239 years old. But liberty is not obsolete. We just need to inspire those to understand what freedom, real freedom, can do to better their lives. The mainstream media bombards America, especially our youth, with messages meant to dumb them down, reset expectations to terrifyingly low standards, hypnotizing our young people to conformity. And many of them, unfortunately, refuse to fight because they're discouraged. They don't see a future. They haven't been educated to our past and our blessed history. So guess what? It's up to us, the resistance. It's up to us radicals to talk in conversations. We don't have the megaphones of the alphabet networks, so we will outsmart the machine by reaching those individuals directly through conversations that end in conversion to liberty. They will join us. They will join the resistance. As we think about independence and what our founding fathers did that made America and has made America so special and the beacon of light to the world, it isn't because of Obama phones and free birth control. America is special and unique and, yes, exceptional because of liberty and the hope and promise that our Constitution grants each man and each woman. They are free to choose their destiny. It is time to join the resistance. It is time to fight the political machine of the progressives, either on the left or the right. because our Constitution protects all Americans for these God-given liberties against the federal government machine, and that's good enough for me. I am the resistance. You are the resistance. This week, we are Sarah Connor. This week, we are going to think actively about ways to thwart the federal government's encroaching tyranny. And I ask you, if you haven't done so, to go to conventionofstates.com. We are the resistance. And it's a growing grassroots movement to actively engage in fighting the growing federal government constitutionally through Article 5. Please go there this week. If you want to do something, then really send 10 friends that website and ask them to do the same. Join the resistance. It's time to fight the federal government machine. We will win. We will be victorious, but we must all stand together, or surely we will all fail together. And I don't like failure. I want to win. I want my kids to win, and I want my posterity to win. Let's join together. We are the resistance. I'm Tamara Colbert for Mama Grizzly Radio. I'll be back next week for another segment of Liberty and Legacy.
Tamara Colbert in Texas. Tune in for more Liberty and Legacy next week. And to learn about Convention of States, head to conventionofstates.com. Now our weekly commentary, Steel Resolve. Here's Sarah Steelman.
Thanks, Kevin. The jobs report this week gives us a number of interesting twists. The unemployment rate fell to 5.3% from 5.5%, which is the lowest since April of 2008. 223,000 jobs were added last month. Most economists would actually label a 5.3% unemployment rate as full employment. The problem with that number for a healthy economy is that the share of adults either working or looking for a job fell 0.3 of a percentage point in June. That means the labor force participation rate is now at 62.6%, the lowest it has been since 1977. In other words, people just aren't looking for jobs. The second problem with that figure is that there has been little to no wage growth. In other words, a higher demand for labor will push wages up. An increase in demand for labor comes from an increase in productivity due to a growing economy. No wage growth, combined with a very low labor participation rate, adds up to a rather stagnant economy. This is not good news for our economy or our future. This is Sarah Steelman for Mama Grizzly Radio.
Tune in again next week for another segment of Steel Resolve right here on the Palin Update. The Palin Update, including Liberty and Legacy and Steel Resolve, is on demand and available for download. So just head to mamagrizzlyradio.com, pick the show you want to hear, and you can listen anywhere, anytime. Well, that'll just about do it for this edition of the Palin Update on Mama Grizzly Radio. Visit mamagrizzlyradio.com for continuing coverage of Governor Palin. Also, like Mama Grizzly Radio on Facebook, and follow along on Twitter at Mama Grizz Radio, at Kevin Scholla, at Tamara Colbert, at Sarah_Steelman, and at 3DSTS. And I'm doing some writing for Breitbart News. Go to Breitbart.com and search Kevin Scholla. I want to thank Sarah Steelman, Tamara Colbert, and everyone here at Mama Grizzly Radio. Thanks to Tom Coburn, and thank you for listening today. A special thanks to our sponsor, 3D Security and Training Academy. Visit 3DSTA.com. The Palin Update is produced by Lena Anderson, the Andy L. Kramer, and Lori Ann Lewis. Please be sure to join us again next time for another edition of the Palin Update right here